Have you ever felt like you're just stuck on a treadmill? You're running as hard as you can, but you're not actually getting anywhere? Well, there's this ancient book of wisdom that starts with that exact feeling, asking a question that sounds like it could have been written yesterday. What's the whole point of any of this? So let's just dive right in. That's the opening line from the Book of Ecclesiastes in the Old Testament. Wow. Not exactly the warm and fuzzy start you'd expect from a holy book, is it? It's blunt, it feels kind of cynical, and it kicks off this incredibly deep investigation into the meaning of life.
Okay, to really get this bold statement, we first need to know who's saying it. Who is this investigator, this person making such a profound and frankly unsettling claim? Who is the teacher?
Well, in the original Hebrew, he's called Qoheleth, which means the teacher. And tradition tells us this isn't just some random philosophy professor. This is thought to be King Solomon, a guy who literally had it all. We're talking unbelievable wisdom, more money than you can imagine, and total power. So this isn't a complaint from someone who failed. This is a hard look at life from the person who won the game.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. Ecclesiastes is basically a direct response to other wisdom books, like Proverbs. Proverbs has this neat and tidy formula: be good, be wise, and life will work out for you. But the teacher looks around at the real world with all its messiness and says, yeah, hold on a second. It is not that simple.
And we have to talk about that word meaningless. This is the key that unlocks the entire book. The Hebrew word is havel. It doesn't really mean worthless or pointless. A better translation is vapor or smoke. Think about it. Smoke is real, you can see it, but you can't grab it. It's temporary, it's fleeting. This one word changes the whole tone from despair to something much, much deeper. The teacher is also super specific about his laboratory, so to speak. He keeps using this phrase, under the sun. And that's his code for saying, I'm only talking about life as we can see it and experience it, the world between birth and death. He's not trying to solve the mysteries of the afterlife. He's trying to make sense of the here and now. So with this mindset, the teacher basically starts a series of experiments. He's on a mission to find something solid, something with real, lasting value in a world that feels as temporary as vapor. He has a great name for this quest: chasing after the wind. First up, he goes for the most noble thing he can think of: wisdom, knowledge. He totally immerses himself, studying everything under the sun, trying to figure out how the world works through his incredible intellect. But here's the twist. Instead of finding satisfaction, he finds that the more he learns, the more he sees how broken and unjust the world is. All that knowledge, it just leads to more grief and frustration. So after his experiment with wisdom, and then others with pleasure, and even massive building projects, he comes to the exact same conclusion every single time. Trying to find your ultimate meaning in any of these things is like trying to catch the wind in your hands. You just can't do it. So why? Why did he feel this way? Let's look at what he observed about the world under the sun that really built his case and led him to this conclusion. He looks at nature and all he sees are these endless loops. The sun goes up, the sun goes down. The wind blows around in circles. Rivers flow to the sea, but the sea never gets full. Generations of people come and go, but the world itself just keeps on spinning, not really seeming to go anywhere. And seeing these cycles in nature leads him to a pretty heavy conclusion about human life, too. He's saying all our efforts, our inventions, our big historical moments, they're just reruns. It's all just a repeat of what's happened before. There's nothing truly new under the sun. And then there's the biggest issue of all, the one great equalizer: death. It doesn't care if you're wise or a fool, if you're rich or poor. Everybody, every single person, meets the same end. And that reality makes all of our frantic striving seem, well, kind of small. So this brings the teacher, and us really, to the absolute core question of the whole book. If everything is hevel, if it's all just temporary and you can't hold on to it, is there any point to anything? Is there any meaning to be found here at all? Now, after a setup that bleak, you'd probably expect the book to just end in total despair, right? But the teacher's final answer is completely unexpected. It's actually revolutionary. He doesn't conclude that life is worthless. No, he says, because it's all hevel, because it's temporary, we have to stop trying to control everything. The real secret, he says, is to accept our limits and learn to find joy in the simple, present moments, and to see those moments as gifts from God. So his final advice is incredibly practical. He says, accept the life you've been given.
Actually, enjoy the simple gifts, like a good meal, your day's work, the people you love. Stop stressing yourself out, chasing these huge, unrealistic goals. And finally, anchor all of it in a healthy respect for God. So the entire book is this incredible journey. It literally starts out sounding like a cry of despair. Everything is meaningless, but it lands in a place of deep trust and purpose. It's a move from being disillusioned with the world to being in awe of the one who made it. So at the end of the day, here's the big takeaway. The teacher's point isn't that we should try to escape this world. It's that we need to embrace it fully. Understanding that life is temporary isn't supposed to be a downer. It's the key that unlocks our ability to truly enjoy the gift of the present moment. And that brings it all right back to us, doesn't it? In our world that is constantly chasing the next big thing, the next promotion, the next upgrade, this ancient wisdom asks us to just pause. What simple, fleeting, hevel pleasure, like the taste of your coffee or a laugh with a friend, can you stop and truly enjoy right now, today?